Hi folks, welcome to the High Peak Biker.
Hello there. I've just picked up the GS 850 trophy from Williams Motorrad Manchester, whilst they have my 1200 GSA in for a front wheel bearing replacement, and I thought I would take this loan bite and just have a little look. It's a 23 plate and quite enjoying it actually. It's a different beast. It's much smaller and feels smaller when you're manoeuvring it, but actually when you're riding it you've still got a bit of presence. Here it is on the front camera. It's a 23 plate. It's done 3,000 miles, so I'm comparing it against my 1200, which has just done 43,000 miles, and so far this is not as smooth as my 1200. The gearbox on my 1200, maybe I'm used to it, but it just sort of clicks in, clicks out. I don't have to worry about ever what gear I'm in or getting into the correct gear at lights. This one I've been battling to get it into neutral. Don't know if I'm doing anything wrong at the moment, don't think I am. And anyway, so I'm down at Manchester, so come down to Salford Quays and I'll just plug in the old Insta on the helmet and try the new MOVO wireless out as well. So I'm trying two things in one day. GS 850 trophy. Let's have a look at. Okay, so in the video I'm using for the first time some sound, and I'm using the MOVO wireless or microphone, and if I just get it all out for you, I'll show you what it's like. This is the handy pouch it comes with. We'll have a look at what it... So here it is. You've got the MOVO receiver, which I put into the Insta 360 adapter, which then goes into the USB-C and also allows you to charge as well. You just turn that on by pressing the button and you'll see that it comes blue and red, and you just then turn the transmitter on and that goes blue and red a little bit, but then they suddenly stop. They're right next to each other. This has got a lapel clip there, and the speaker, the receiver, the microphone itself is in there. Now what MOVO do is give you a little muff wind cover which goes over the end of that and either side of the clip, and it's useless. I'm going to get rid of that. So what I did is went online and bought it had the word MOVO in it, muff, but as you can see it's actually ginormous, and fitting that into my helmet, which I did the first time, reduced all the airspace in the helmet and made it steam up, and my glasses steam up. Got too hot, it was pressing against my face and it sounded awful. So I cut just this little section at the back off and turned that inside out and made a little pouch which you can, well, ferret your way into a hole there, which I've closed off with Velcro, and then I've put Velcro on the back and I put Velcro into the front of my helmet, and that just then clips in, and it's about that far from my mouth, and I think gives a reasonable sound. So let's have a look, see what you think. Had some comments to me about the videos previously that it would be enhanced. People want to, and I do as well, want to listen to some narration, not just a voiceover at the start. and also if you're talking in real time, it just matches, doesn't it? I just don't like the sound of my own voice. Here we go. So this little setup I got on I got through Amazon actually, and I can't remember exactly how much it is, but I'll put it in the description. I think it's £42, and so far it has been absolutely fantastic. I'm just seeing how much of a charge it lasts. It takes about 40 minutes to charge these up. They're little USB-C adapters in there. They actually send you 3 wires, but there's not enough room in the case for them all, so I've got those in a different charger box that I carry around, but everything else just fits in there. And I normally keep one of these transmitters inside that, ready to go, and it works, seems to work, and for 40 quid, £42, I don't think I can complain. So anyway, listen to the sound. That's the MOVO wireless, and have a look at the GS review, and I also talk about the development of the urban area of Manchester. You can't take the geography out of a geography teacher, can you? Okay, see you all. Right, well, hello. As I said, I'm testing 2 things today. This 23 plate GS850 trophy, and also the MOVO wireless mic. So I don't know where I'm going. I'm just going to go for a little ride. Just leaving the water sports centre. Maybe we'll go and have a quick look at the Lowry. Actually feels quite light when you're riding. Doesn't feel that much different than the GS Adventure, the 2014 plate 1200 that I've got, but you do know when I'm riding the GS Adventure I don't have to look down to see the tank. It's sort of there, and it's wider and it's bigger, and you've got a sense of, well, I call it a sense of place. I'm really seated in that bike. Road closed ahead. Well, anyway, this is a media city. I was going to have a little blast through there, but now I shall not. The Lowry Centre. Have a little wander back. Right, so that's it. So, what's it like? I've put on my own panniers. I like riding with panniers. They protect me, and also I've got all my kit in there, so if I get a puncture or if it rains, I've got all the stuff I need. Breakdown. Not that I'm going to repair this, but I've got it anyway. And I've also put my sat-nav on, so it's got a reciprocal plate just to plug and play on that, and it all sort of hooked up okay, so that's fine. I can just ride anywhere and just tell it to go back to Williams when I'm bored. And I've put some petrol in. So this is a keyless, which I'm not used to, so I'll keep looking for the key and don't need the key. It's all a bit of a faff really. And this is the first bike that I've ridden with this screen, and obviously I haven't read any manuals about it, but click 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 and you can access everything, change modes, look at your average speed, average miles per gallon, all things, and it's a very logical, natural thing to do. So let's have a wander down here. Where am I going to go? Tramway, look both ways. That's okay. Go through. Well, Looks like Manchester's left, so I'll go Manchester. Must be left, there's no high rise over there. Yeah, so slow manoeuvring just made me think then when I approached behind that car, let's go Salford. It's really quite nice. You can put it into first, just come to a halt. Got forks on this rather than the setup. I know I've got forks on the 1200, but you know what I mean, fork suspension in a different way. Mine's a power lever setup, and so the front end doesn't drive, whereas on this bike, the first couple of traffic lights I came to, there was a noticeable dive, and it did make me think actually whether I brake too hard on my bike, but it just doesn't show me that I'm doing it. Anyway, there's a thought, isn't there? Bit of self-reflection. On an absolutely beautiful day, it's 9 degrees. It was -1 when I set off, coming down here from Chapel and Lafrith up in the hills. Down here, Manchester, and by the docks, it's a lovely, balmy 9 degrees. So what does this feel like? It's just sitting along at 30 miles an hour in 4th gear, and there's no movement at all on it really. The engine just feels planted. I've got it in road at the moment. Let's change that. Dynamic, thank you. See what that's like. Yeah, altogether it's quite a nice little bike. Ergonomics, I feel a little bit more constrained than on my 1200. Feel a little bit like riding along. I'm not quite in the fetal position, but you know what I mean. My legs are tucked up a little bit more, my arms are towards me a little bit more. There aren't bar risers on this. I'd probably put bar risers on. I haven't checked the seat, see whether it's on the highest setting. I'll have a look at those in a minute. Let's nip across. Go to Manchester. The other good thing about today is that I've actually come down into the city, and practicing riding in an urban environment is another interesting one. And I lived in London for 25 years, so I'm used to driving in London, not riding. But actually, it's a completely different ball game. Interesting. All things ahead, you've got a large roundabout. It's very nice. You've got a large roundabout, but then you've got a road which goes right through the middle of it, and it didn't quite show that on the sign, I don't think, but it opened up into it. I suppose it might have been a bit complicated for them to show that at the sign. Come on, hurry up please, thank you. All good. So Manchester ahead. Blimey, how this skyline has changed in the 9 years that I've been regularly coming into Manchester. Is that ambulance on blues? No, it's good. And yeah, completely changed. I think there were sort of maybe 4 or 5 high buildings when I first came down. That's what it seemed like anyway, and now there's, I don't know, 30, 40. Right, let's tuck in here. Wait till we've gone past the zigzags. The width of it, I don't think is much different than my 1200. Well, I don't think it's any wider anyway. And I do have the panniers on, but I have them on their minimum setting. And I'm just doing that whilst I'm practicing for my masters, really. That's say practicing for my masters. I haven't really practiced for 6 weeks or so properly. I've ridden my bike, but I haven't gone out with a master's head on. And it is a different way of riding. It's good fun though. Do recommend the course. My mentor Dave is very patient, shall we say. It's also very systematic and very brutal, but that's how I like it. If someone's going to say something's spot on, and in fact there is room for improvement, then I don't want to hear it. There's Sainsbury's where I filled up earlier, I think. Right, so we're coming down into the thick of it. As a riding around an urban area, it's absolutely fine, nothing wrong with it. It's nice and smooth, goes where you point it. Quite enjoying it, really. What's that? Oh, a little Vulcan going past. I don't want to go to Trafford Park or Altrincham again, so I'll carry straight on now. Although it's 30s. Again, this is 4th gear in 30. Third gear. Yeah, you've actually got to have a bit of a positive throttle to get 30 there. Well, there's a slight hill going, but yeah, here are some of the extra new high rises again. Go up over the overpass. Oh, got cruise control. Let's it tells you what it's set to, so that's good. So I've set it to 30 and it's doing 31. See what happens there. 29. 30. Yeah, it's fine. Undulating road surface. It compensates for it within a second or so, so that's all working nicely. on the overpass past the universities. A bit blowy from the sides. It's got presence on the road, so you still don't get blown around as much. This screen seems to be doing its job. It's on its maximum there. Still 30 mile an hour road here. Do I want to go to Stockport, Sheffield, Piccadilly? No. Keep going along here for a minute. So this is 4th gear in 30, going up a bit of a hill. It's maintaining that 30 and it's not sounding like it's struggling. Is this still 30s? Yeah, still 30s. Give the nice policeman a nod. Still 30s. I thought I'd nip out somewhere and see what it's like on the motorway. Not sure the quickest route. The motorway here. Well, maybe I'll just nip into the centre and go round Piccadilly. Oh, time for tea. Ooh, it'll be quite interesting to see what the Insta 360 does with this change of light as well. Might as well go straight ahead. Piccadilly zone. Down and no, don't go, don't go. Let the lady go. Oh, taxi has. So this is into the turn right. Can I go straight on? I think I can. So thank you to the gentleman. Carry on through here, I think. I haven't got a clue where I'm going. Sackville Street. So it's not very exciting down here, is it really? Go straight on here. Thank you, sir. Still fiddling about with the gears when I'm coming to a standstill. Normally I'd be, if I'm just going along that, what sort of 2 miles an hour, and just get into first gear, I don't need to think about it. With this, it's a definite clunk click. Anyway, we'll see. So overall, so far in city riding, it's a fairly nice beast. All the controls are just logical, and well, they're the same on all the bikes, aren't they, I think now. Let's go straight on through here. Ah, right, I know, that's Oxford Road station. So I come out of Oxford Road and come down here. Somewhere down here will be the Britain's Protection. Marvellous pub. And Peveril of the Peak. Another marvellous pub, I think. If I go straight on here, yeah, I'll go past the Britain's Protection, then I can sweep round back down to Williams that way without even using the sat nav. Marvellous. Mirrors, perfect height. Just see my elbow in them. Good view behind. Slightly too early, I think, crossing over the river. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Trying to work out this roundabout now. Let's follow. straight on there. Let's just nip in here. Let Mr. Mercedes go past if he wants to. It is a 40 after all. Just nip. Can't filter past that van at the moment, but actually I think I'll turn right here. Go around. I might be in the area for Williams soon. Or I don't know. Considering I was a geography teacher for 33 years, my sense of place here is not great. No, I think if I turn right, go down towards Hume, and then come back on myself slightly, I'll just be at Williams. So let's have a go. It's the time, 11:20. They said the schedule in the workshop was in there from 10:30 till 11:30. So should be good to go. Ooh, that's an interesting smell. Someone's indulging. Oh, we're in Wales. 20 miles an hour. Right, I am actually going to put the sat nav on. Where to? BMW Motorrad. I think it's going to be let's just pull up here very quickly. That's it. It's just easier to press a button when you are stationary. Ooh, straight up here, 0.2 miles, and arriving 1 mile, 1.2 miles. So it's not too bad. If it's not ready yet, I can at least get a cup of coffee